There it is. This is the staircase. That is the staircase that I would walk up every morning when I would walk to school in elementary school. But I'm not here to walk down memory lane. Actually, I was just going to film this video as a kind of a start of a documentation of my West Coast tour that I'm doing. Decided I need to drive up and do a tour, and ironically enough, I just so happened to be driving right by my old elementary school. This is a serious one, requires no sunglasses. And so, yeah, here it is, right there. It's funny how when you're a kid, everything, now they have it all gated off, of course, which is probably for the best, but that's a whole nother story for another topic. But it's funny how things look so much smaller once you become an adult. It really is. You know, I swear, like I could probably touch that roof but now, no. Okay, so what, this is just crazy. So I planned this West Coast tour because I've always wanted to go on tour, play music and tour America. I've toured with old bands and driven, to Arizona and up in LA and, little minor tours all around the South America region. But at one point, I was in a band after our high school. Actually, I was signed, we were living in a house, had a record label, contract, everything. We're going to do an American tour. We're going to travel America. And sure enough, that fell through. Really, really devastating at the time when I was right out of high school. And for a couple of years, people would come up to me and ask me, "Hey, Mike, what happened to your West Coast tour?" Well, it fell apart. The band fell apart. The tour manager turned out he was kind of a little crazy. Good guy, but kind of crazy. The management company that was managing us and signed us kind of fell apart and dumped us. And yeah, it was a weird part of my life. I went into quite a bit of depression after that. But I kept playing, kept doing more music, kept doing the thing, but I never ever got to do that West Coast tour that I had dreamed of and wanted to do. Actually, it was a US tour. So I just recently had the opportunity to go and do a West Coast tour. I'm like, I have to go up to Seattle. Instead of flying up there, I'm going to drive. And I'm going to drive up to Seattle, and I'm going to just do a bunch of shows going up there, book them, and do it. Have I ever done that before? No. Did I have any idea what I was doing? No. Was it extremely difficult and a lot harder than what I was expecting? Yeah, for sure. Have I learned a lot from this experience? Yeah, I have. And so, but I just decided, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going into the unknown. And so I set up the dates that I was doing. I got my rental car. I got my return flight back from Seattle. And got it all set up, and I started calling different venues and researching places where to play and everything. And one by one, everything kind of fell into place. Granted, there's a lot of stuff I could have done better, a lot of things I did wrong, but maybe I'll talk about that later. Today is just about the exploration and the excitement of this. And someone else was posted a video that I saw, and it really kind of inspired me. And then ironically enough, I drive by my old elementary school, but they said she had on her video a picture of her when she was a kid, and then her now, saying how cool my younger self would think I'm so cool now. And I was like, yes, that's awesome. I love that thinking, that mentality, that we need to be the person that our inner child, our younger selves, when I was a little kid running around these school places playing kickball right there. I remember I had one game and I was like the kickball champion. One game, I was kicking home runs left and right, and everyone was like, "Michael, go, yeah!" I was the kickball champion that day, and I was right there, and that was that was like one of the best, man. That was one of the best experiences here in elementary school. And I think it's so important that we become that person, that kid, that little dude that ran around, had to go in all these classes that when I was younger, and I dreamed about what did I want to do? What did I want to become? What kind of person, what kind of adult, what kind of wrinkly old man am I going to be when I get older? And you know what? I wasn't doing that for a while, and I am now, and I'm back on that path, and it's a really beautiful thing to be on that path. And how ironic is it that I just wanted to film this video and just had that thought, and then boom, I happened to drive right by my elementary school. So I'm doing the West Coast tour. Today is, Saturday? I think July 2nd or something, and then I am heading out on the tour, on Wednesdays, the first official day of the tour. It's going to be at this awesome little music recording studio called Amplified Studios in Carlsbad, California. And then from there, going to go up to Anaheim, and then going to go up to Sacramento, get to do a show at an awesome brewery. I'm going to meet my friend who's going to be there, and I get to see his baby. Yeah, it's all just falling into place. I had no idea when I was sitting in a bar in East County here in San Diego playing a show, thinking, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do this little West Coast tour. I have to go to Seattle. I'm going to make this happen. I'm doing it. And geez, what was that? Like a little over a month, 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. And I just had this dream. I had this vision, and I'm going to be leaving in a couple of days. And I want to do these video documents, to this video diaries. I want to document it. So this, I'll call this, I don't know, like day negative, or -1 or -4 or something, I guess. But I just thought it was so cool that I was right here by my old elementary school to really document. I think I'm doing my little dude proud. I think I think the younger version of Michael would see me and be really proud about what I'm doing, and about how I'm not succumbing to the man. I'm not selling out. You know, I'm scared, I'm nervous, but it's all gonna be cool, and it's gonna end up in Seattle. And I've already talked to some awesome people online that I'm gonna be playing with. One of them is this amazing dude that I met online here, Jay Griff, Mr. Soon Kid Soon, the one and only, and I'm gonna meet him in person. And we actually talked a lot. We shared a lot of the same issues about giving up on our dreams, and about recently rekindling our dreams and going back at it. So I'm so excited to do this and to meet familiar faces, see all my friends along the way in all these different cities. In Portland, I have a friend who's going to come out. Up in Seattle, I have another friend that I met online that I've been really close and connecting with, that we're going to hang out and meet. I'm just blown away with what's going on, and there it is. That is where it started. And I hope myself now, my older self, I just hope I am doing my younger self proud, and I'm actually being the human being and being that person that I would have wanted to be. And I feel like I am. And I'm really excited that I'm back on my path and back on this path. And I'm so excited to do this journey, to do this West Coast tour. I'm going into the unknown. And back when I used to be a poet, I still am a poet, but I retired jokingly, because Instagram poetry has kind of gone down the shitter. It really has. But one of my favorite poems that I wrote, or lines that I wrote, is vulnerability is a seed of self-growth. So plant yourself into the unknown. And that's what I've been doing for the past couple months, playing music, putting myself out there, and then now doing this West Coast tour. I am planting myself so far out into the unknown, and I am a little nervous, I'm a little terrified, but that feeling, as an artist, as a creative, as whatever you're doing, a performer, if you have that nervous feeling, if you have that kind of, you know, your chest is pumping and you have the butterflies and you're a little scared, a little nervous, that means you're going in the right direction. Oh, here's one other cool thing about my school I never really even noticed, is right there is Mount Soledad. How cool is that? So for when I was doing my kickball championship days, boom, Mount Soledad was right over there. It's amazing. I think this video is too long. I gotta get into it.